Hello, guys. We are back. Gonna make one more thing before we move forward with this. I don't know what else we need for our stores. I'm gonna try to give you guys time this time to make other suggestions, but I am gonna go ahead and make a cash register. I figure every store is gonna need it, so we might as well just go ahead and go with that. Maybe we'll make a couple try. We'll try to make a couple examples for you have the choice of making it different ways. And since everything's already colored, maybe we will go ahead and color this as well, just to have it done. So we'll go here, go new, and we're just gonna choose like a weird gray color. That way anything that's spawned from this block should already be colored. So it should just make coloring a little bit easier in the end. I think, find out I guess. Shift D to start. I'm gonna copy that, we're gonna move it up. This is gonna be our safety block, okay? So we got a safety one. We can just move back into place anytime that anything gets messed up. Maybe we'll move it a bit higher though, so it's out of our way more. Okay. Grab this block and we are going to, sorry, we don't need to go in edit mode. Flatten it out. Something like this, okay? All right, and this is gonna be the part that holds the money. Up to you how much detail you want to put into this, because some of them you may want yours to open, you may not want to, things like that, right? Before we do anything, we're going to Shift D, okay? We're going to hit S, shrink it down, and then we're going to go to the arrow and move it forward, okay? The reason being is we're probably going to want to put a drawer in this. Don't know if you want it to open or shut or not, but you're at least going to want to put a hole for it looks like there's a drawer in there for the look of it at least. So after you've done that, let's go ahead and okay, let's Shift D this, and then we will go ahead and make the hole in this drawer, I guess. I don't think we need anything else in it, so it should be good. Next part is this gonna have to shrink just a hair, so I just took it down just a hair. Just gonna try to move. Oh, we must be too close, it won't let us move. All right, just try and get in there a little easier. And so maybe we want to just shrink it just a tad. So it's pretty much flush with the front there. And you can kind of see the edge, hopefully. If you can't, there is one there. Next, we would want to make a cylinder. All right, and I'm just going off the way I remember cash registers looking like. So if I miss something, just pause it and go ahead and add it in if you think you can add more detail or something. I don't pretend to be perfect and know exactly. I'm just giving you an example to hopefully get you closer to what you want to design, basically. Just some design ideas, mostly. As for a step-by-step, like this is exactly what you want, that's not me. I'm a wild one. I just kind of do my own style of things. I like to make things my own. I hate to copy other people. I feel like it's not the right way to do things. I feel like it's a bad thing to do. All right, something like this. We're gonna flatten it out, okay? It sticks on the inside and the outside. And then we're gonna Shift D it, okay? And we are going to grab this drawer. Object bool difference. Okay, so there should be, oops, a little hole there now. We will confirm that. You can see it. There's a hole there. And if you're having trouble seeing, just change to this. It's going to remove the colors for us for now, just so you can see a little bit better. Okay. So just like that, we're just making a hole there. We're going to undo that. S just a little bit again, okay? Just to give it a little tiny crease in between there, if you can see there's a gap. This is going to help make it look a little bit more realistic, okay? So after that, we will go in edit mode, grab this face, and we're going to hit I. Okay? And once you have done that, we're just going to hit E. We're just going to bump it in a slight bit like that. Okay? The reason being is when we flip out, we'll now have many edges on that. It'll look very nice and just have a more of a sleek, better look to it, basically. Last step is we probably want to leave a keyhole here. There's only a certain amount of stuff we can do to leave a keyhole, so I'm just gonna, I guess we'll use a square would be the best. So let's go ahead and make one. Mesh, cube, S, drag it out there, S. And I seen a few of you were saying that you're making your own projects and that some of this stuff was pretty useful. If you feel like it, you can always tell us in the comments a little bit about your projects. I'm definitely curious in hearing just what you guys are working on and all that stuff. As a developer, I just find it kind of interesting and everything, and imagine you do too. You've probably been following along with me in these territorials and possibly bought Fishton for the same reason. Just curious what other developers are doing. So what I'm going to do here is just grab this piece, mine it from that piece, and it should give us the illusion of a hole. Okay? See it? Perfect. Okay? So now we can go ahead and we can go back to our coloring part and grab, oh, we cannot do that yet actually. We can grab this and this together. I don't know if they're going to move together. No, they're not. What should I do? I want to bool a hole out of the inside of that. You know what we'll do? We'll leave that there. That's what we'll do. And we'll try to move the other one back into place after. We can't attach a piece to it because doing so is going to cause an issue. We'll just say that. It's gonna remove things. I could probably actually, let's just do it this way. This is fine. So what we're going to do is just move this up just a little bit, then hit S just a little bit. Okay? You want to adjust the edges, make them bigger, smaller. I think it looks good like this, so I'm just going to do this. Object, bool, difference. Okay? Now we have our box. If we want to make a cache drawer, probably going to have to make that separate and then put it in. I feel like you guys are going to want me to, but I don't know either. I don't know if you're going to want me to, but I feel like you're going to want me to. Okay, I'm just going to move that back into place as best as I can, and you can kind of get closer to make sure it looks good. Maybe something like that. Grab it, attach it, Control J. Okay, so now we have our cache drawer that slides out. We just need to make some kind of money depositing spot in it. And yeah, I know this is a lot for a cash register, but if you want it to look good, you're going to have to try hard on this. Okay? So, as you can see, that's already highlighted. I wonder, maybe we'll just change the color of this whole thing. Like that. We'll just grab it with L. We'll go down to our coloring device, and we'll do plus, new, and we're just going to make this black. And again, we're just assigning a slot, and just for it's a little easier to visualize what we're aiming to go. You know what I mean? Okay, so, oops, what did I even hit there? Whoa, I'm going to hit L over that again, and we're going to go plus, new, let's just make it red, I don't know. It doesn't matter, it's just assigning a slot to it and giving us some definition for we can see it. See it's a separate piece and just give us a visualization on the cash register itself. Make it more customizable as well. So we will go ahead and try to make a cash drawer quick. So we're going to make a cube, and then, oh, I guess we had a cube. Let's delete that and copy this one. Shift D, and we'll go to its positioning, and we will hit 0. And there we go, exactly into place. And then we'll shrink it down, and we'll slide it into here. And maybe keep shrinking it until it fits. Be a little loose on the outside, doesn't matter that much, but it just can't be too tight. Okay, something like that seems to work pretty well. We can always resize it a little bit, but what we're going to do next is just kind of make sure that it's low and it fits in here. Okay, That looks pretty good. Something like that. Okay. Okay, now we're going to slide it out, keeping it on this axis, of course. And we can add compartments for our money if we want. So we'll Shift D. Okay. Move it up. Shrink it down at least a little bit each way. And then, just going to get in a better position to see this. We're going to have to make little money departments. So let's try to size what we think the size of a bill would look like. So we will do something like that. Okay. And we'll go here like that. And we'll go a bit down. Might have to change the size of this up and down. And then we will Shift D. We'll spread this gap out exactly the same if we can. We can change to this shader for now to help space out the gaps properly. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, Shift D. And which one was it? Right click to cancel. We'll add a minus over here. All right, so those are symmetrical now. Now we can Shift D this one. Move it up. Shrink it down. Center it as best as you can. Between the two gaps there. Shift D it. Try to line it up with this one as best as you can. Shift D it. And which one was it? I forget. Well, we'll just do that. Right click it to cancel and see which one moved. And there we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Missed that one apparently. And then we'll grab this on the last one. Okay. And then we'll object, bool, difference. We have our cash drawer. If you want to try to round those, what we could do, undo. No, we don't want to do that. Undo. Yeah. Now we have all of them. Let's just move them up just a hair like that. Maybe a little bit more. In case you want them rounded or a certain shape on the bottom to try to give it more of a realistic look. Most of these will be okay to change on the bottom face without moving the whole thing basically. So as long as you go this way, now it has more of a triangular shape to it. Maybe that's what you're going for. Maybe not. All up to you. We can do the same on these guys. We just can't move them towards each other. Otherwise, it's going to cause some chaos. Okay. So now they have a more triangulated shape on the bottom. Again, hopefully that works for you. If you need it to be more, you go ahead and make yours the way you need to. You could even round them if you really wanted to. Maybe we'll do it on the change ones for an example. And you can also make 5 or 6 different cash drawers and try it different ways until you get the exact look you're going for. We all have a vision in our heads for our games, but they're always different than everybody else's. So experiment if you're not getting what you're looking for until you do get what you're looking for. Just going to do that. We're going to add some bevels. And that's going to look pretty good. I think I'm going to leave that. And then when we're ready, we'll get out of edit mode. We have all these highlighted still. And we'll just leave just the tip sticking out. And we'll grab that face and we'll bool. And now we'll have a little bit different of a shape on the inside. A little more smoother for the change. A little more triangular for the bells. If you're happy and you know it, put it in your drawer. Or clap your hands, your decision. Oh, you guys are going to kill me. You're going to be like, now that's stuck in my head. How dare you? I think it looks a little better, a little thinner like that. If you need to widen it, go ahead. Okay. Anything you need to do to make it look more what you want it to do. I'm okay with it. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab this. Since they're both in the same axis, should be able to move them together. Maybe I'll leave it open for we're able to grab them together again. Planning it out, obviously. Okay, let's try to get the top of this register done fast. We've already been a while and we haven't got that much done. So let's try Making a new shape we'd never had before. So let's grab that, hit delete, and dissolve the edge. Ooh, that didn't work well. Did I do the wrong one there? Delete. There we go. That's a little better anyways. So maybe we'll click off everything, push L, Control B, and just round it. Doesn't look right. Maybe if we move this one down a little bit. Oops, into edit mode, and we click off everything, push L over it, Control B. And it doesn't really look that right. Let's go back a few before we dissolve that edge. I got a new idea. So let's make it a square again. Sorry about that, guys. And then we're going to go Control R, put it there. I'm going to move it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go Control R, and I'm going to move it there for now, okay? And we have a reason, we'll get there. Let's go back and edit. We'll grab faces. We're just going to round. Should we do it yet? Maybe we shouldn't do it yet. Grab faces, sorry, and we'll grab here. And we're going to bring this down like this. All right, and then we're going to do edges. Grab this one. Kind of like that. That looks pretty sharp. Something like that I feel like looks the best so far. Do that to the top to make it look a little more realistic, I guess. And then we can do make sure we didn't break the back here. You know, it looks all right. Look pretty good, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty good. Okay. Next, I guess we squish it a bit. Squish it a bit. It shouldn't be bigger than this. It should be smaller, if anything. Bring it down. Maybe smush it just a hair this way. Okay, I think that's pretty darn good so far. Let's just change its color for we can get a better contrast against the other one. Do plus new. I guess we're gonna just change the original color on it to something different. To it changes them all. Ooh, I like that though. A creamy color, I guess, would make the most sense. So we're gonna have to do some sort of button thing. So let's Shift D that, and we'll do a cube, and we will shrink it down. Make it around the same size as the keyboard's gonna be. And let's poke our face out and see where we're at, dogs and cats. There we go. So that's what our keyboard look like. Let's do this. I don't know exactly the best way to do these keyboards like this. It can be really difficult to make them look realistic. But first off, I just try to match this angle just a little bit like that. I feel like that obviously really helps anyways. And then Shift D this, and then minus this from that. Object, bool, and we'll do a difference. And then we can do this one. We can do just S it just a little bit. As you can see, you can see the, maybe we'll go to the other view, the difference between the keyboard, and you can see that little gap really does make a big difference in the look of it. But it's a matter of getting the keys all in the exact spot, stuff like that. But we'll give it a try. This is always a difficult spot, so bear with me. You might not want your keys to be exactly symmetrical, but on most most old school registers, they were actually straight up and down. So if you don't like that, go ahead and change it the way you want to change it, but I'm going to go with the old style. It's going to actually make it easier in this case. So Control R again. Decide on your key size again. That looks good to me. Right click to auto center it. Okay. And this is the hard part, is trying to find a way to make just these be affected, basically. So we could grab each face, basically. Oh, you know what? Let's try that. I got an idea here to try to make this look a little bit better. Let's try it. We're going to grab all the faces, so I really hope this works. Oh, I can hit Control. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking. Use left click and hold Control. Grab them a lot faster. Okay, and then we're just going to go I. And see how they're all attached to each other? We're going to hit I again. And then just move them out till they're about appropriate size. I think we might not be able to, but I think we can still adjust these. Oh no, they're going one way. They did go one way too. Let's go a little farther and see if we can fix it after. Nope, we can't. The only way we can do that, oops, is if we grab each row, basically. So 1, 2, 3, and adjust them individually. So maybe we won't do that because that's going to take a really long time. And we'll just keep a hold of them, of all those faces. And then we're just going to go, we're going to hit E. Are we though? Yeah, we could do that. And that'll give us a pretty sophisticated keyboard system, I think, actually. That actually worked out really well. Sorry I struggled through that a little bit. I don't come in with a plan, as you know. I just kind of make it up as we go and try to make it work for you guys. Hopefully this works for you guys. Just going to make it a little bit thinner and tuck it in there a little bit more for it's not so outside the face. Hopefully that works for you guys. I think it looks really, really good. We're going to have to color it, obviously, and attach it, but probably go ahead and attach it now. I think Control J. And we'll go back into edit mode. We'll grab this, and we're going to hit I. We're going to make a little screen for our cash register, okay? Then we're going to hit E. And we're just going to walk it in just an edge like that. Okay, now let's do our coloring. And we'll be done with our whole cash register. Looks really good. Hopefully it works for you guys. And I really like it anyways. That's not even attached, is it? Let's change the color on that. I think it'll change all the colors. I'm not sure. Yeah, it will. That's weird. I think I have to attach it, but it has its own slot, so we'll be able to change it in game, so it's not going to matter. So we'll grab the register, and we will hit L over the keyboard, and we will hit plus, new, and we'll make it a different color than everything else, just to make it stand out more, obviously. I don't know what color to make it. I always feel like it matters, but I know it doesn't, so it's weird. We'll just do that just to make it stand out a little bit. Change your key top color if you want to add even more. So we just have to grab all these again, basically. You just hold shift and left click as you grab them along. Just the faces you want to change. Not grabbing the ones you don't. And don't use control. Oops. because we don't want to get in between these. We just want to get the faces to give it the look you want. So say once we grab the, oh no, I grabbed the wrong thing. There we go. And we're almost done, so don't worry. If you get a second, make sure you hit a thumbs up and make sure you hit subscribe. I love to have you join us. And the thumbs up really does help. So if you feel like I've helped you at all today, please do the same for me. Give me a thumbs up and I'd appreciate it. So we'll go ahead and give this an extra color. And we'll make it, I don't know, just for example, we'll make it just pink just to make it something different, okay? So again, it's going to stick out even more now. So we're going to have an even better looking keyboard. Last thing before we forget, the screen here. Let's click off everything else. It needs to be a new color because it's going to be probably look like a computer screen. So maybe you want to do a certain thing with it. I just make it a new color, something different from everything else for when you go to make that either whatever you need to do to make that a computer screen, depending on the engine you're working on. It looks like a computer screen. You can change the color of the backgrounds, for example. So that's going to conclude this episode, and I don't know if I'll do more. It's going to depend on you guys. If you guys need something, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make that for you. Oh, I guess we can attach these. Let's maybe attach this one to that. Control J. And we could probably attach that to this and Control J. So now there's only two parts. The drawer opens and the cash register is one. Okay? Hopefully that really helps you guys. Hopefully it's worked for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.